Nate writes in, this is my second time taking auditing. So I have already gone through my Becker CPA review material. I have read the notes for Ninja a few times, but have not been improving in my MCQ performance, around 70% every session. I've read that the questions are harder than the AICPA questions, and that I may be struggling because I need to worry about all of the material from Ninja, which the questions are based on. Is this normal, or should I worry that I'm not improving? Well, first of all of the reputable CPA review providers use AICPA questions. Now, that means that we have a license from the AICPA to use the questions, and these are former CPA exam questions that technically are never supposed to be seen again on the CPA exam, but it gives you a snapshot into what is going to be tested. Now, that said, like the Ninja MCQ test bank has over 7,000 questions. Now, there are only so many ways that you can answer a bonds question, or a lease question, or a tax basis question. And so while the questions that you see in Ninja MCQ, your Becker CPA review test bank, etc., are not verbatim what you'll see on the CPA exam, they are pretty close. And so just because you're struggling with Ninja doesn't really have anything to do with the fact that they are AICPA questions, because Becker also has AICPA questions. Now, there are some overlap amongst the providers, but all of the answer explanations are unique to the providers, because the AICPA, just a little inside baseball for you, the AICPA releases the questions to the providers, and every year, usually about April, they release the, so in April 2023, they will release the 2023 AICPA release questions to the providers, and then the only thing that they provide are the answer explanations, the answer is. Then we as providers will need to write the answer explanations. And so each CPA review course writes their own answer explanations, and hopefully they're good. So the fact that you're struggling with Ninja questions doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they are AICPA questions. It could just be a coincidence that you're just struggling in general, and it probably has to do with just how you're studying. Just need a little tweak. So your second time taking auditing, you've already gone through your Becker CPA review material, and you're supplementing with Ninja. You've read the notes for Ninja a few times, and you're struggling with the MCQ. What I would do is every Ninja MCQ question that you miss, or maybe you kind of guessed at it, or you might miss later, what I would do is I would take notes. And so every question is, well, depending on what it is, it could provide up to 4 learning opportunities. Why one answer explanation is correct, and why the other 3 are incorrect. Now, if the answer explanation says B is incorrect because the answer is not B, well, then that's not real helpful. But like I said, each answer explanation is a unique learning opportunity. And so write down just what I call the little fact nugget. What concept is the question testing over? What little rule are they getting at? And then write that down. And then as you work through the MCQ, especially when you're in your final review, when you start with your weakest topics first and work backward, you want to take notes. And so you miss this question, write down just a little bullet point. What's the fact nugget that they're testing over? And like I said, in your final review, you want to work questions. So you want to do topic specific questions. So you're taking auditing. So audit sampling. So let's say audit sampling is your weakest area. You want to hit audit sampling until you're scoring in the mid 70s and then move on to your next weakest topic. But as you miss a question, write it down. Like, don't write a novel, just write. What I would do is I would take a legal pad and write a line down the middle and then make little bullet points. And then you're going to have this killer set of notes to review. It's a good idea to do that with while you're going through the concepts, but it's also a really good idea to do that as you're going through the MCQ. And as you miss questions, your score will improve. You might have to go through 20. Well, so I would do 20 question Minitestlets over a specific topic and do those until you are scoring 75 or above, and then move on to your next weakest topic. So it might take you 3 Minitestlets to get through audit sampling because the first 2 Minitestlets, you're building up your knowledge base of audit sampling. But then as you start to write down those little fact nuggets, you will build a knowledge base. And then maybe by the third Minitestlet, you're starting to learn. And so where audit sampling used to be a weakness, now it's a strength because you're taking notes. It's really important to take notes. And so that's the best way to improve on your MCQ performance.